Welcome to episode number 32 of our Move the Needle podcast. We're at Brooklyn V's. As you can see here in Gilbert today, we've got a really special treat for you. Kaleigh Rogers is going to drop by. We're going to learn the secret behind the award-winning cheesecake here at Brooklyn V's. And we're going to be sitting down with Heather Ferrari, and you're going to learn about her incredible organization. First up, we're going to hear from our favorite sponsors, and then we'll get you right to today's show.
What makes Bella Set lingerie so unique? For starters, check out the vast selection and size range. Cups from A to K in styles like balcony, plunge, wireless, strapless, and more, including mastectomy and maternity bras. With superior customer service and free professional fittings, it's the go-to bra shop in the East Valley. Locally owned, with 2 locations in Ahwatukee and Gilbert. Check out our glowing reviews on Google and Yelp. Visit bellasetlingerie.com to learn more.
Welcome to episode number 32, Steve. I'm not even going to ask you.
I was ready
anymore.
today, though.
You were?
I was ready. I keep saying, like, I will be ready from now on, but, like, again, like, as the shows keep going, it's like sometimes you lose track of numbers. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, 32. We're 32. Live today from Brooklyn V's, as you can see from the big sign behind Heather Ferrari, who we're going to sit down and talk to in just a couple of minutes. Again, we want to say thanks to Tudor Doctors, Brooklyn V's, and Bella Set, some of our favorite sponsors here of this podcast. And
right.
You had a big conversation with Heather Ferrari, so you're privy. You guys know each other. You go way back.
Way back, like about 6 hours.
Yeah, it feels like I've known you forever.
Yeah, we did, but we did have some connections. Some of that East Coast connection, University of Delaware, which we got a little chance to talk about. So.
Speaking of connections, just the other day, the episode that came out last week, we had DeAnna DuPree on the show.
I love her.
How do you not love her? Right?
How do
She's
you
impeccable.
Not love her? She is impeccable. She is fabulous.
And she is a member of your organization.
Absolutely. DeAnna has been with me for a bit. She is a proud member of the Women 360, and I'm honored to have her as part of our group.
So that tees us up. What is the Women 360?
I'm so glad you asked. The Women 360 is a networking organization that is based in Arizona. We specialize in creating connection. We call ourselves a sisterhood, and we see that personal relationship really does lead to professional growth. You walk into the room, you find your sisters there. They want to know what you do so that they can tell everyone how amazing you are and drive business to you. It's a really great way to do networking because it takes the pressure off of you. You just need to show up. You just need to be yourself, and you're going to be seen, heard, and valued because of that.
Great. Yeah, because Steve, we talk about this all the time, but these network meetings where you just bring a business card and pass them out, like, boring.
Yeah. It's changed.
Right?
It's changed. It's all about interpersonal relationships, and I know we got a chance to talk a little about that. And we can dive right in if you want. I know that's one of your main mantras there. That it's just not what Matthew's talking about.
Don't
like,
give me your business
card. Don't give me your
30-second
commercials. Nice, but who are you?
Absolutely, because we are more than our business card, and it's not going to be a transactional relationship. For the women in this community in Arizona, you are going to find your place. You're going to find your support, and you are going to know for sure that you do not walk alone.
Okay, so let me ask you this. A lot of people start companies because they needed it first. What prompted you to want to start this organization, the Women 360, and develop it the way that you have?
Well, I was honored to be hired by 2 amazing women. They are the founders of the Women 360, okay. Kathy Droz of Her Certified and Nancy Meek of the Scottsdale Wine Club.
Wait, Kathy Droz, the photographer?
Kathy Droz, the automotive expert.
Got it. Okay. There's a Kathy Droz in Ahwatukee.
I do know her. She took my daughter's pictures.
Did she? Yeah. She took my pictures.
Exactly. So shout out to her, I guess. Yeah. Come on and advertise our Ahwatukee shows.
So there's 2 Kathy Droz out there.
Yes, this is Kathy Droz.
Women hired you.
They hired me as the marketing director, and what you do when you're putting together a new marketing campaign, you go and you observe. And when looking at the networking market for women, I noticed there wasn't a space for us to show up as tired as we are. Because sometimes women, we get tired. We're carrying a lot. And I had an opportunity to be in an event where the person who was speaking really had a moment. This moment of realness, this moment where she kind of shed a little light that she's carrying more than we realized she was. And it was at that moment that I realized that there is space, there is a need, there is a way for the Women 360 to improve the lives of the women in the East Valley.
I'll tell you, every time I hear about these women's groups, I'm so pissed off I'm a man. Like, they sound so much better than every men's group that meets at a sports bar to talk about their fantasy football league.
But
Give me a break.
Hey, but Heather invited me out. She said, I'm going to come in and speak about the podcast coming up in a couple of months.
Yeah, we'd love to
Absolutely.
highlight these women.
Yeah, exactly.
There are
So
some cool
they open the door to others too.
Okay.
Very nice.
I told Steve I am the most boring person in the room. Everyone else is way cooler than I am.
Well, you're a marketer, right? And so you're not boring, but you're strategic. You see things that other people don't see. You have the ability to implement solutions that other people don't have the ability to do.
Yes, I really do love that aspect of business, just really getting to look and use your creativity. And so in 2023, we had already changed our values, our mission statement to make sure that people really understood that the Women 360 was a place where you could show up with authenticity, be yourself, and you were our sister. You had a place at our table. And so Kathy and Nancy decided that they were really busy with their flourishing companies, Her Certified and Scottsdale Wine Club. So they were going to hand the reins of the Women 360 over to me. So I became the owner at the end of 2023. Wow. And it really has been an honor to walk with these women and get to have fun. Tonight,
What kind of women show up? Yeah.
Oh man, goodness, that is a great question. The kind of women that show up are hard workers.
So entrepreneurs, or are they in careers too?
Small business owners,
Okay.
and yes, some who work for corporate America, some who have left corporate America. Sarah Parsons, who's speaking tonight on customer journey mapping, she was the former global marketing strategist of Nike and Adidas. Just people who have amazing resumes, and I'm going to have the opportunity to learn from them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you were just getting ready to, and I cut you off. Sorry about that. But you're talking about like how you're kind of, this is not what you normally wear for people that are meeting Heather for the first time.
No, it's not.
No.
And since this is probably, no one at the event is going to have time to listen to this before they get there, I can tell you what's happening tonight.
Yeah, you can.
So I used to be in the music industry. So when I was,
Stop it.
yeah, you did too, right?
No. Nope. No,
Hockey.
a bystander.
Steve listens to
Yeah, I
music.
listen to music.
Listens to music.
Some good music, I would say.
We're like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I really love metaphors, and I love music metaphors. So we've been going through this business education journey where we're really deep diving and almost doing a Harvard business case study of our own businesses. And the metaphor is music. So tonight we're going to be talking about the customer experience, and I'm going to be using the musical theory term polyphony. That is an enhanced listening experience. And so that we can correlate that to the customer experience of not just having a monophony, single customer experience, but this layered one that just leaves us wanting more, something that we remember. We want them to be humming our tune when we're done talking to them.
Oh, good for you.
Yes.
Good for you.
So I'm going to be having electric guitarist, 2 vocals, and a cellist come in and do a cover of Smooth Criminal. So we're taking something that we know and we are spicing it up a bit, and we're going to leave them with something memorable.
That's really cool.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
That
I love
sounds
that.
fun.
People learn better when they're in an environment where you can like attach it to something they sort of know something about, right?
Right.
And the idea of the symphony, you think about like, well, what does that mean? And it's not just the violins, it's not just the violas, it's the cello, it's the bass, it's the trumpets, it's the timpani, it's everybody.
Right,
And
absolutely.
they all have to come together, know their role. It's a big piece of this thing, which I'm sure you're getting ready to talk about tonight, and then orchestrate this thing together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. You are spot on. Do you want to come talk tonight?
Listen, this is what I love to do more than anything. Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, can you make it?
Bring me in. Bring me in, buddy.
You know, Matthew, one thing we actually got a chance to share before the show, Heather, speaking, and I know we talk about sports all the time and the competitiveness, and that topic came up, and how it's different. There sometimes tend to be in these network groups a competitive environment, especially sometimes it doesn't women competitiveness, but
Unfortunately,
you guys have a different mantra. I read, shine. What is it?
Shining each
shining
other's
one
crowns.
another's crowns. Yeah, I
Yes.
love that. So it's basically about lifting up others. So it's not about you. It's about others. And so can you share more about that? What that experience is like?
Yes. We are doing women the right way. We are shining each other's crowns, and we are knowing that that in no way diminishes our shine. We are being each other's cheerleaders. And I love it because every woman in the room really is living that value, and they're doing it with their arms wide open, with their hearts open, and very intentionally. And every new person who walks into the room, they're feeling that, and they're just picking up and just running along with us. And so the group keeps growing and growing. And people really are, as I said before, realizing that when it comes to their careers, when it comes to just the heaviness that sometimes happens with the load that we carry, they're not alone. And I love that. And my goal is to continue to spread that. I would love to go even outside of Arizona, because we should never feel in any capacity, men, women, anything, that we walk alone.
Yeah, it's a good point, and it's a good reminder that almost seems counterintuitive, especially to entrepreneurs who are out there grinding day in and day out, and just, you get so used to telling your story and telling people what you do and what service you provide, and it seems like your environment sort of ushers you into a space where, hey, it's not about you tonight, Steve. It's about her tonight, or it's about him tonight. And how can you lift this person up? And how can you lift that person up? Because I'm thinking here, and stay with me on this, if we have 100 crowns in the room and we all shine each other's crowns, what happens? The room gets brighter.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? Come on, the room gets brighter. If everybody's got a dull crown, we've dimmed our light. But if everybody's shining each other's crowns, boy, does the room become brighter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really love that.
Yeah.
And
steal it, use it tonight.
I'm going to. I'll credit you. Don't worry.
It's something along the lines that I like to say, if you're not excited about what's going on, who else is going to be? Right. So you have to be passionate. You have to bring that in. And so, again, I love that instead of that competitive feel like we're talking about, that it's a, hey, let's bring everybody to the top.
Okay, so I know people now are getting excited and they're like, yes, I want to be a part of the Women 360. That sounds like it's a group that I belong. I'm ready for that kind of energy. What's a good port of entry for somebody to be a part of your group?
Thank you so much for asking that question. So we have a website, www.thewomen360.com. You can go on there. You can sign up for membership. Also, you can find out about our events. We have these big networking events where the room is full. Tonight we're going to have 80 women in the room.
Incredible.
And I love them. But we also have smaller events too, because sometimes those more intimate atmospheres allow for a stronger, faster connection. So we do coffees, we do lunches, we do master classes. And then I also do one-on-one times. I do coffees over at Gilbert. They're
we recorded a couple episodes over there. It's a great space.
You guys have to come back.
Yeah.
I would love to be a fly on the wall during another one of your episodes.
Okay.
You have a new listener.
Okay.
I am really excited about that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing there's a fee involved, but you got to have to keep the lights on, which is super fair, right?
Yes.
Anybody who doesn't understand that, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. But so you're saying along with this membership, I get all these monthly meetings. How else are you helping shine the crowns?
Absolutely. That's a great question. So in addition to your monthly events being included in the membership, we also really do everything we can to amplify their exposure online.
Okay.
We want people to know about them. We want to get them out on our social media. We want to get them out on our emails. We also want to give them opportunities to teach, because there is brilliance in that room. Everyone has something to add. So whether it is speaking at the networking events or doing a master class, doing a live, whatever it is, we want people to know that you are there and that you can make their lives better.
I want to go. I'm going to screw my meeting. I'm going to be a fly on the wall over here, Steve.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. Get over there. Like I said, I came when she threw it out there, like, in May, there's an event. I'm like, sounds good to me. I'd love to go.
Thank you.
Sounds
Thank
like
you
a
so much.
bunch of winners for sure.
Thank you.
Well, you mentioned something earlier. You said this transactional piece that is oftentimes such a big part of networking. And so I'm wondering, does my hand get slapped if I'm at the Women 360 and I'm like, you can just see somebody just passing out cards and not playing the game? Or like, how do you handle it when somebody isn't executing the mission?
Well,
Do they get tased?
Yes,
Is there a
yes, they
choke
do.
collar? Like, what can we do here to have a little fun with these meetings?
So the business cards, that is their contact information. We spent time on them. We ordered them. We made sure that they look good. So yes, absolutely share your business card, but tell us more about who you are. We want to know who you are. We want to know why you do what you do.
Not what you do, but who you are.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So who are you?
I'm Heather Ferrari. I am the mother of 3. I'm from the East Coast. I live in Arizona now full time. I moved back in 2022. And I got to tell you, Matthew, there's a fantastic community here. All around, everywhere I go. You can go to the Gilbert Farmers Market and you're like, man, these are amazing people.
Right.
So you guys have me hooked. I'm in for the long haul. I really love it here. I go to the Grove Church over on...
I was just there last week.
Stop it.
Yeah, it was like bring a friend bring a friend to church day. And when my friend Anna Oliver, who we've had on the podcast before, who works with Vitalent, she was like, you should come to the Grove. And I usually don't go to church, but I was just feeling like I wanted to. And it was amazing. It was such a great place.
We had so much fun. So Will Graham, Billy Graham's nephew, was there.
Did you go to the first one or the second one?
So I work on the production team. So I was at both. I was up in that little booth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And the music is incredible. It's like elevation worship and like a lot of this contemporary Christian music that they play there.
Yes.
I had a great time. I enjoyed it.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever happen to stop by again, come see me up in the booth.
Okay, I will.
I love to hear that. And before we go, can we have a little fun?
Okay, hit it with the
Okay,
question.
so
All right.
our bonus question. You mentioned about new people coming in. Okay,
Yes, I tease them. Yes.
You tease them. Okay, what theme song are you playing in the background for them? And can you
what's
give us
the entry
and
song?
What's the entry song? And give us a dramatic reenactment of how it would go down.
Oh boy.
Come on, your music.
Okay, all right.
behind the scenes, she
so we are playing "Run This Town" by Rihanna.
Okay, all right. Okay.
And I'm not going to sing because I do want you to have listeners after I
Right,
leave.
right.
But yeah, that build, and you hear the slow percussion coming in.
So you're strutting in. That's it.
They're strutting. They're feeling it. They know they own the room. They're walking in there with confidence, and we're going to hold on to that feeling and keep on building.
I love that.
Such a
Shout
great
out
answer.
to Rihanna. Let's
All
go.
right. I love it. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you,
Matthew.
Heather.
Thank
Good
you,
luck
Steve.
with your event tonight.
Yes.
I can't wait to see how bright you make that room. It's going to be pretty incredible.
Thank you so much.
All right.
This has been a pleasure.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to step out for just a second, but you are in for a treat, literally, because Steve got to Brooklyn V's early this morning to learn the recipe and the secret sauce behind how they make their award-winning cheesecake.
Almost the secret sauce. Everything but the last secret ingredient.
A little bit of a legal issue we came into contact
But that's
with.
okay. Pretty much you got it.
Have a listen, and when we come back, we'll obviously get the cheesecake bit, and then we'll sit down with Kaleigh Rogers here on Move the Needle. See you then.
At Brooklyn V's, we bring the taste of Brooklyn right here to Arizona. Our family's been serving up real Italian food for generations, and every dish is made with love, just like Nonna used to make. From classic spaghetti and meatballs to layers of cheesy lasagna, stuffed shells, and the best New York style pizza in town. Every bite is pure Italian comfort. And if you haven't tried our world famous cheesecake, well, you're missing out. It's been rated one of the best in the area, and once you taste it, you'll know why. So come hungry, leave happy, and enjoy a little slice of Brooklyn right here in Arizona.
Hey everyone, I'm backstage here at Brooklyn V's. We are going to watch the Master Vito make his world famous cheesecake. So for our audience, Vito, take it away. Tell them what's going on now and what's the first step.
Well, first of all, we're going to make a strawberry shortcake cheesecake. Obviously, I put the graham cracker crumb on the bottom, but I'll show you the mixture here real quick. I like keeping the cream cheese room temperature. We add a nice...
What is that?
That's a vanilla extract.
Okay.
Like to put enough. And then we're going to get some sugar.
Okay. How much sugar?
I don't use too much sugar. Way less than 2 cups, like 1 3/4, if that. I don't like it sweet. And for the strawberry, I had a little secret ingredient. Yeah.
Okay, you're showing it. I thought we
It's
were
okay. It's
okay.
okay.
It's all right. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, but okay. So
So
now
we won't tell them the real secret.
no, we won't tell them the real. So now what I do is I get some sugar wafers.
Okay.
I'm gonna crush the sugar wafers. It's really good. I'm gonna put some strawberries in there. Okay. Okay, so that's in, and that's about it. I mean, you could put them a little at a time. I could add the vanilla after, but I like to do it all at once. And we just keep an eye on it.
How long does that go for?
Within not even 5 minutes, it's ready.
What type? Is there anything with the texture that you're watching for?
Well,
you could share
yes,
the
the texture, yeah, you could see it after when it all combines and comes together. That's why I like to leave the cream cheese room temperature, because it's easier and it does taste better, for me at least. And you just keep an eye on it. Take it against the wall. All right, we'll have it mixing.
About how many minutes?
I just keep an eye on it, but it could be anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Speed it up a little bit. Just about almost ready. We're going to get some more wafers. And this is for the topping. We'll add some more wafers on top. Not too much. We'll just crush it up on our little ninja. All right, and then here we go. I think this should be just about ready. All right, I always like to at least taste it, just in case I forgot to put sugar or anything in it.
Something in case you're losing your mind a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
How is it?
Excellent. Very
Perfect.
good.
Okay.
Very good. All right. And then what I do, I prep this and I put it in the fridge, the walk-in cooler. But it's just graham cracker crumb with butter, and I like to let it chill first. So this way it kind of impacts in the bottom. It stays compact in the bottom. All right. All right, let's get this going. All right. All right, that's it. Just get it all the way around.
So when did you perfect this?
It actually took me a little while because, it's like with anything else. You continue making an item, and you always make it like better and better. You try to improve,
But this is, again, for the audience
Correct.
purposes, this is authentic, we'll call it world famous, authentic Brooklyn style cheesecake.
Yes.
Taken right from Brooklyn, New York.
Yes. And this is our topping we put on. I like to put a little bit on top. And just in case the cream cheese is not even, then I just like to pat it down a little bit to make it even. And then I just put the rest on top. And we could show you when it comes out. And that's it. All done.
Okay, Vito, you're pulling some of your cheesecakes
yes.
out. So explain when you pull them out and what you're looking for.
Okay. Well, this one is nice. It's starting to crack a little bit on top, but it's ready. This is a banana cream cheesecake.
When you mean crack on top,
Like
explain
a little bit of a crack. What I do is I leave the water. If you look inside, I just leave the water, a water base inside instead of putting it on each, all the way in the back there.
And that's
it's like a humidifier for the cheesecakes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and I have a few other cheesecakes I'm gonna make, Oreo today also. But this is, and then I just let them sit, cool off, and then
For how long?
At least 40 minutes, half an hour, and then I put them in the fridge. All right, we're just spreading now, and I tasted this, and it's absolutely. I don't like sweet. I love sweets. I'm a sucker for sweets, but this is like not overpoweringly sweet. That's why I like it. But anyway, we're done there. Now we're going to get some more cookies. That's it. We're just going to put some cookies on top. Give it the extra touch. This way everybody gets a mouthful of cookies. All right.
Almost like an art, making sure every
correct.
Every spot's got a little piece of cookie.
Yes. Okay, then we're just gonna add some of this on top. A few different colors. This I don't cover.
Why?
This it doesn't need to be covered. The other one has the wafers on it, and I don't want it to burn. This one should be okay. And after 30 minutes, it should be fine. But this is it.
Beautiful.
Okay, we're going to bake it for probably 30 minutes. All right?
Hey, there's one little disclaimer. We talked to our corporate attorneys, and we cannot show the secret ingredient here for liability purposes. We just don't want to be the ones to let the cat out of the bag. And so when we get to that part, we will pan away. And I just want to explain to the audience there's a little integrity and possibly some legal ramifications. Our partners, Matthew and Max, alluded to that. So thank you guys for looking into that. And so checking with the network, the big boys in the network. So thank you.
Strawberry shortcake should be ready. So we're going to take it out. Okay.
And again, you cover it?
Yes. I cover it. I don't want the wafers to kind of burn and then they'll be kind of hard. I don't like it like that. And that's it. Now, obviously, we're going to let this sit for probably less than an hour. Refrigerated. This we're not selling until tomorrow.
Oh, so that's this.
I like them to sit. Otherwise, you cut them, they're going to just go all over the place. So far, this is what we're working on.
Okay. So does this conclude the whole process?
Yes.
So we basically, besides the secret ingredient, the audience really saw how you make your world famous cheesecake.
Yeah, and I come there early and nice and quiet. It's like therapy for me.
And the last thing is, where you have all these fresh cheesecakes at all your locations?
All locations. I made about 10 today. I'm going to make a few more, maybe another 7 on Sunday or Saturday. But I will distribute them today at Alma School, Chandler, and then Justin, my son, is making for Queen Creek and Santan Valley. So everywhere we'll have cheesecakes.
Beautiful.
Right?
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Vito.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Kim Selchin, owner of Tutor Doctor of Ahwatukee, Chandler, and Gilbert. We understand every student is unique, which is why we meet them where they feel most at ease, whether online, at home, or in a public space. Our academic coaching is designed to help even the brightest students overcome organizational challenges, sharpen study skills, and build confidence, empowering them to achieve their best. From kindergarten to adult, we believe every student can be successful. We also have expert SAT and ACT coaches to help teens with college admissions and scholarships. I'm excited to learn how we can partner with your family to help today's learners become tomorrow's successful adults.
All right, man. Now we know the secret behind the cheesecake. Almost.
But pretty much you saw it. I mean,
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's number one in Arizona, and they call it world famous. You have to try.
Where is this cheesecake?
Here.
It's here. It's
You can
on
have some.
those trays right in there.
I watched him make
Why
it.
isn't it on the table right now? Like, what is this?
If you want some, we probably can get some. We can get you some.
That is the voice of Kaleigh Rogers.
I love that.
Hi.
Welcome to our podcast.
Thanks for having me.
It's so great to have you here too. And I wanted to say really quick, Steve, thanks to you. Special shout out to Steve for getting here at 7:30 this morning when they make the cheesecake.
It was a pleasure. He let me lick the ball.
Oh,
I'll do it again
was
tomorrow.
worth it.
Yeah, I'll do
7
it again.
a.m.
Cheesecake.
Kaleigh's the owner and founder of Shauna's Light Foundation, or I guess it's a kind of a company.
Yes.
And executive builder of Broken Arrow Wranglers. And I'm
Yes.
sure all of this stuff is going to come up. I met Kaleigh at our grief relief retreats that we did. I met her up at a ranch in, I guess it's technically Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And it was all about equine therapy, and it was a super cool thing that we were doing up there. And we spent an entire 10 hours together.
Yeah.
Crying,
We
hugging,
sure did.
holding, yogaing, being
River.
at the river. And it was like a seriously transformative day for everybody that was involved.
It was.
And I know specifically 2 or 3 of those women are not the same people that walked into that retreat that day. They have literally turned their lives around.
Yep.
Including one that I won't mention, but man, her story was really tough.
Yes.
And she had some hurdles to jump over, and she has seemingly done it. And her husband has written to us several times just saying, I got my wife back.
That's the best.
That's the grace. That's the greatest, man. So what are you up to now?
Oh, there's lots of things,
Yeah,
but
good.
I think I have to slow it down. I tend to be a fast thinker, fast talker, fast mover, and God's been slowing me down. Read the river, exist in life. So, are we asking personally or professionally? Maybe we knock that out first.
Yeah, personally. How are you?
I'm healing. Okay, so I've had some like miracle stuff happen. I myself have experienced a lot of trauma and had some cognitive decline stuff going on, and always like the last 2 years thought to myself, oh, I'm just like lazy. I'm not pushing myself hard enough, and was gifted a neurofeedback evaluation. So a brain imaging and scan, and I actually have a brain injury. And it was very validating and also a little scary that it's like, oh, I really can't push myself to do all these things. And in that, I've been learning what true rest actually means. So I've been resting, I've been reading, I've been healing with neurofeedback. My focus is already getting a little bit better. And I notice when, like if I have a goal in mind, sometimes I'll just like separate from myself to get to the goal, as opposed to be in the spirit as a part of the process. And it's already changing. My prayer life, I'm still a million things happen in my head. I'm an idea generator, as they say, but I'm slowly getting to this place, I think, where I can be. Yeah. So personally, things they're moving. Yeah. And it's almost
shifting.
river time. So like, I'm excited about the heat.
Yeah.
Like, get me out there.
Okay.
I'll miss the hiking, but.
Professionally, what are you up to?
Oh man. Okay. So I'm a trauma therapist. So I see clients individually. PTSD is my specialty in the complex arena. So not single incident, but like over and over and over
Compound
again
fractures.
kind of things. Yeah. Yes. To the soul. And I love it. I love serving people. And, just even last week I was thinking about how sometimes I'll get in my head and be like, oh man, I just don't know if I'm doing any good. And then I realize I'm so far into the work that I'm doing, and the feedback that I get is that it is transformative, like that woman. So I love the individual work I'm doing, but I'm not supposed to do it more than like 12 hours a week. So it's one of the things that I do is I walk with people in their brokenness, in my brokenness. And sometimes it's with horses, sometimes it's virtual therapy, sometimes it's somatic therapies, but in relationship.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? I've been so intrigued about this. I mean, you went through this. What can you explain to me and the audience? What does this look like? What does equestrian? What does it look like?
The equine therapy.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah. Equine therapy. What does it look like?
A horse stomps on you until you get it right.
Is it like yes? I was thinking
it kind of does.
I was thinking like goat yoga.
Relationally,
It's not like can't be like that.
It's remarkable. Explain it.
Yeah. So I got to start with horses. They're honest. They're not like humans. They don't lie. So they don't manipulate you. So when you're in a round pen, however they reflect you is an honest reflection of yourself. So there's no mask. And in that, you have an opportunity, whatever they present, to take that information and go with it or not. So if it tells you, Kaleigh, you're moving too fast and you're actually going to get hurt if you don't, I take that and I walk with it. And when you walk with a therapist, you can digest the information. But equine therapy with us, I mean, it looks different. So sometimes it's working with a wild Mustang in the round pen. Sometimes it's standing next to a horse as you bawl your eyes out and you're just with a therapist and you're healing. Sometimes it's riding.
Because I didn't know this, but horses have the ability to absorb your energy.
They do.
And so when you get close to them, if you're really anxious, they can take that on for you, so you feel a little lighter, which gives you some space to kind of think and create and heal.
Oh yeah, there's biological science to how horses are
Interesting.
created.
Fascinating.
No idea.
God's gift to mankind.
Yeah. Love horses.
So
Been
true.
riding them since a kid. My dad took us as a kid, so love them, but didn't know any of this stuff.
Kaleigh, will you give us a really specific example? And I mean, you've done a lot more of this than I have. I only saw what Rob did for us that day.
Yeah.
But like, give us an example of when you're in the round pen, kind of what you mean by they'll show you who and what's going on.
Okay, here's an example, personal story-wise. So we were working to do a demonstration with a fire department, a rural area down south. And whenever we do things, us as leaders, myself included, I say, yes, I'm going to get in. So it was a 2-year-old wild Mustang, never been touched, and just had already jumped the pen before I got there, like really anxious. And when I met this horse in the round pen, I was given direction, get it to walk around twice and turn around here and stop here. And the living legend horsemen that are giving me direction, they can pick up on these nuances. And so the feedback from outside was, Kaleigh, you do 2 things. You're trying to get ahead of failure. So you're anticipating things, but then you actually anticipate failure is going to happen. And so then you're actually defeating yourself and opening a door for failure. And that changed my life. That was just in the last month. Just in the last month as I went.
Does that make sense?
Maybe I shouldn't anticipate failure. I should claim victory.
Slow that down even more for us.
Yeah, slow it down. But I was there, and then
right.
at the end got a little fast.
Yeah.
So just at the end.
Yeah. So if you picture a person standing in the round pen and a horse. A round pen's like a circle fence.
I get it. Horses.
People on the outside.
Mustangs.
And
wild.
subtle movements. So maybe I'm asked to move my arm. Maybe I'm asked to move a little swiftly towards the horse. And in that, the feedback is coming from outside of the round pen, from people, also through the Spirit of God, and from the horse itself. It's lots of moving parts.
Gotcha. So there's a deep part. It's a little tough to explain the spirituality part, but I do
experience
the physical part. I believe, and now I understand. There's a guide. The horse is part of it, and absorbing what's going on. And you're saying it's a wild Mustang.
Yes.
And so when you're in that round with a wild Mustang, what's going on? I mean, is he calm when you're doing these things?
Some of the time he was, some of the time he wasn't, and it was a reflection of where I was at.
Okay.
So we don't look at the horse as a tool. It's a relationship happening in the round pen. So it isn't just a thing you're interacting or that's helping you. It's like you're presented an opportunity to engage in relationship. And usually when we engage, we're engaging the way we typically would in a relationship.
Here's my hand, shake it. Right?
Yes.
And with the horse,
it's an event. It sounds like an event.
You
Yeah.
put your hand out and the horse backs up. Why? Because you haven't built trust, right? So you need to slow down, back up, start building trust first.
In yourself and in the experience.
That's it. And that's the reflection of you in life. It's like maybe things aren't going your way and you're like, God, why can't I get it like reciprocated? And it's like, because you're not slowing down enough to build trust first.
Yes.
That's what it would show you in that moment.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Yes. Even what you're saying right now is deepening my healing journey. So I'm a former workaholic, not the CEO executive. I was in domestic violence shelters and residential treatment centers, but working myself to death. And what I now realize is I was working to do things for God, not with God. And so I've had to slow down and be in relationship, because if I'm not in relationship with the horse, I'm just telling it what to do. That's different than what can we accomplish together. And maybe it's healing on both sides. And typically it is in some respects. You
should sincerely experience equine therapy. It will.
Yeah,
it has the ability to change your life.
I'm so intrigued because of the spirituality and everything intertwined.
Yep.
And it's new knowledge for me. Did not know any of this was going on. So it's definitely intriguing.
It's blowing your mind.
It's blowing my mind a little
bit. Who is this lady?
I mean, my questions have
nothing
nothing to do with any of this.
lot?
I'm like these questions are like. Psh. It's like,
man.
anyways, but it's okay. It's
I bet you have good
amazing.
questions.
But the
I
horse
do.
is it's important to remember, like
Yeah.
the horse is the tool. You still have to do the work,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, the horse can show you all day long what's going on. And now it's up to you then to put
Do you
that
want to
into
know what
practice.
happens?
Talk to
Some people say no. Some
course they
people, now for lots of reasons. So some people have traumatic experiences with animals.
yeah.
Some are just
People
so
are scared of
scared
horses,
to reveal
for sure.
themselves. But then others, when they get in and the horse is honest, sometimes they don't want to hear the truth. And so then they walk out and they're like, well, nope, everyone's just blah, blah, blah. But the horse revealed the truth. And if they really chew on the truth, it is transformative.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went up and experienced equine therapy, and I was never around horses as a kid. In fact,
Yeah.
I only have one memory of horses as a little boy. We went up to somebody's farm. They had horses, and we all went on a ride.
Yeah.
And I didn't hold on to the reins tight enough, and the horse jerked the reins out of my hands, and then just started to like take off, scared the crap out of me.
We're on a
Oh, it's
ride.
You know,
scary.
yeah, you're like hanging on, you're screaming for your
Yeah,
mommy.
yeah.
And so I've always been a little bit fearful, but when I got up to that ranch and I got next to that horse, I remember, I don't know what was said, but I was standing next to the horse, and really the instructions were just be near it first.
Yeah.
And then as you feel like that it's okay to get a little closer, get a little closer. And I finally got to a point where I like had my hand on the horse's like backside or something
Yeah.
like that. And it lifted its leg, which I think Rob might have even said like, okay, the horse is good with you now. And I had no idea that was a sign. But just in that moment,
Yeah.
just having my hand on the horse and feeling the energy and the calmness of it, it was like that feeling came over me.
Yes.
So I know they absorb us, but they also kick something back out.
Oh, definitely. They can feel our heartbeat from like several feet away.
Yeah.
Several feet away.
See, this is all new. I mean, I was not expecting to realize that it was the horse was such a
Yeah.
big time player in this therapy. Like big time player.
Oh, yeah. It's not
amazing.
just like
I mean,
a
all
thing,
these things
yeah.
you're saying, these facts. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you I know about? Can you share about like what the horse's eyes? I've always been intrigued when they're looking at you. Is there anything with that too? Like,
Well, their eyes are like, okay, so horses, they don't speak English. They speak with their body and with their
Okay.
energy. So their eyes will do all kinds of things. Like if I'm looking at you right now and my eyes go really wide, you're like, she's either surprised or shocked or scared, right? But if I have these soft eyes, you can be like, oh, she's not trying to eat me. She's not freaked out. Their eyes are an expression of
same.
what's going on the inside.
okay, I knew something like that because I mean, you
Yeah.
can see that they're not. There's just thought behind their
Oh
eyes.
yes, profound,
Yes,
but not
yes.
not cognitive thought like our thoughts can get all muddied in our own agenda. It's
Their
like
thoughts.
awareness and knowledge,
Yeah.
but nature's the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So like whenever I hike, I'll look at the rocks and the mountains and I'll ask the same question, like, what are you teaching me? What do I need to learn? And it always teaches me something.
I just had the most incredible experience 2 weeks ago. I went to San Diego for a psychedelic men's retreat. And we did a
Wow.
microdose of the
Yeah.
San Pedro, and it was remarkable. And we went on
Wow.
this big hike up in the mountains, and I had a total nature experience, which you're talking
Yeah.
about. We were on this huge mountain, and I was overlooking this huge hill, and the entire hill was filled with greenery, right? Like trees and shrubs and all this. But in the middle of it, it was like this bare spot. It was like brown. And the feeling that I was having, I walked in and I said, that's how I see myself. It was like this connected moment. It was like, I feel like sometimes I look at myself and all I see is the brown spot. And I long to just be in the greenery. And then it sort of hit me like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It was like, that's the only unique part of this hill. That's the only part of this hill that doesn't look like everything else, bro. And that's your special sauce. Nature handed that to me.
yes,
In
yes.
such a cool
It
way.
had something to say.
If you listen, if you slow down
Oh, talk
enough
about
to
slowing
listen,
down. The last hike I went on, okay, so it was in honor of my brother's death anniversary, and I woke up in the morning, I was feeling horrible, and then I had this feeling like, go on a hike, and I listened to the spirit when that happens. I'm like, well, where am I supposed to go? And I picked a 5 mile all the way up hike. I don't know why, but that's what happened.
you went all in.
And through the process, of course, I'm like heaving and I'm tired. And I'm just slowed down on the side. And this older gentleman comes down and I'm looking around and we just exchange like scripture back and forth, just like a 10-second conversation. Even the rocks cry out, I think, was one of the ones. But I remember looking to the side as I'm documenting, because I was like, there's something in this. I got to write this down. And I turn and the most beautiful picture of the mountains that could exist. And I watched probably 20 people go by me and they didn't even see it because they were so busy trying to get to the top. They were so busy. They missed
life,
it.
Isn't it?
And I took a picture of it. I was like, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it. But I've missed a lot of things in life because I go too fast. And so now I don't move as fast.
Give us some tangible things that you've learned and then put into practice.
I've learned so many things.
How are you slowing down though? Because so many people, I feel like you could walk out of this complex that we're in right now. You could ask 9 people, how was your day today? And I bet 8 of them would say busy.
Yes.
Oh, busy.
Oh,
Just
people wear busy
things.
as a badge of honor.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous, right?
Yes.
Like I've actually started working with a woman I'm not allowed to use the word busy anymore.
Good.
She can say a full. She can say a lot of things came through me today, but I'm not busy.
Yeah,
That's not what I do anymore.
No.
And that has been a cool little adjustment for me. How can we help other people slow down?
Oh, well, my journey was it slapped me in the face. So I ended up sitting in my work office probably 2018 and I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I'm in my 20s and I couldn't pick one leg up after the other to go get my client. And it was forced for me. So it wasn't like I was like, so smart. Like I had even been given scripture and went, oh, that doesn't apply to me. Like Jesus can rest, but Kaleigh doesn't need to rest. And so it was some of that. It was like, I'm going to die if I don't change. And it was slow steps. It was one, getting out of some really serious toxicity. It was getting back into the word, which I'm a total Bible nerd. Like I love it so much. I learn every single day. I'm in every single day. And I think that gives me the bread for the day, and it slows me down enough to go, there's something in here for me. Like one of the fruits of the Spirit is patience, and I sucked at it, and I kind of still suck at it. I'm learning and I'm growing.
Oh, you're not the only one.
But I guess when you ask that question, like how do you get there? Well, you're teachable.
Yeah.
A lot of us, we're not teachable.
Yeah.
We're not teachable. Like nature, horses, friends, family, people, experiences are trying to teach us something. And we're like, okay. And we're just scrolling through. We're not taking a second to go, what is really being said? And what would happen if I actually digest that information and walk with it? Yeah.
Good.
Very reflective. I mean, you're
Thanks.
amazingly reflective on so many different
Yeah.
parts of everything we talked about. So I
Well,
think,
thanks.
I mean, for me, from how I live my life, it sounds like you're on the right path.
Yes.
Because the more you could, what I'm told, let go of the steering wheel,
yes.
the better off you are.
Oh, we had a client recently in an equine group. What did he say exactly? He said, God, take me out of not only the driver's seat, but I'll be a backseat driver. Throw me in the trunk.
Yeah, get my hands off that wheel.
I can't even see where we're going.
No
Just
more,
put me in the trunk.
No more white knuckling.
No.
Gosh.
Could we have a really short conversation about, because
Yes.
you're such a specialist in the PTSD
Yes.
world,
Yeah.
and so many people, and for me this is such a personal thing because my brother struggles so much
Yeah.
with PTSD.
I'm sorry.
Can you help us understand what's going on with people who really struggle with it so that we can be gentler for them?
Oh, what exactly are you asking? Because I could talk for 12 hours straight about it.
I think what I'm really getting at is, PTSD, one of its side effects is it can be paralyzing for them.
Yes.
And they, metaphorically speaking, can't get one leg up.
Yes.
They can't get up to move.
Yes.
How can we be gentler in getting them to make some progress and take control of their
Yeah.
situation?
The first is mercy. Is to be merciful and graceful with ourselves and with other people, because we all most of us beat ourselves up really heavy, and a shame box is like a prison. Guilt helps us do things differently. So it's not about guilting people. It's not about shaming people, and it's not about pushing people either. It's the same thing with, like, I learned with donkeys, like the more you try and go at your own pace, the more they're going to be like, I'm going to use my 500-pound body and not move. For someone with PTSD, what they believe they have thousands of pieces of evidence for. Like, it's not safe to leave my house. It's not safe to get in the car. It's not safe to be in a relationship. Because when I was thrown out a 2-story window, which was one of my clients, or my kid died. And how do I walk with that? My little baby that I never had before, right? All of these things, they're so significant. So compassion is necessary, but I also call it the ministry of presence. It's not always the words that we say. It's sitting with another soul in your trueness. Like, you're really there with no agenda. Like, you're not trying to change their mind. The clients I work with, I'm not trying to change their mind. Even when they want to die, I'm not trying to change their mind. I introduce possibilities.
Okay.
One of my greatest mentors said that. You introduce possibilities. And so it may be you sit with your family member and you say, could it be possible that if we went in the car and it was one of the times where we didn't die, that we might have a really good time on a hike together? Like, might that be possible? And it's this spark of hope. Hope is needed.
Okay. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I just want to finish. I mean, again, like finish up with something fun, maybe a little something
a little
fun.
lighthearted.
What do you got in mind?
Maybe something fun in the pen would be cute, but yeah, you got.
This is hilarious because I like live and breathe trauma all day, and so it's just fun to see what's going to come.
If your journey as a therapist was turned into a blockbuster action movie, what would the title be? And which celebrity would play you?
Oh, you're making my brain think.
I told you.
Say that again. What would the title be?
What would what would be your blockbuster action movie be?
Wild Ass Ride.
Wild Ass Ride. We got it.
Probably.
Who's gonna play you?
I don't claim this because she's actually like super beautiful, but I've had people say I look like Angelina Jolie. But then I've also heard, oh gosh, what's her name? She's like blonde and funny.
Like Amy Schumer?
No. She said beautiful.
It's a little too much for me. Oh gosh.
Let's go with it. Let's
Kate something. I don't know. She's a real nice lady, I think.
All right.
I'm gonna stay with
Katherine Heigl.
Her. Yes. I would want her to be me because she's not afraid to laugh at herself.
She's number one. Okay, Katherine Heigl.
It would be her. Okay, Angelina Jolie's a little too. She's got my serious
Katherine Heigl
parts,
though too. So you got Katherine Heigl and a Wild Ass Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the trailer
every
would be
day,
something
all day.
like coming soon. Wild Ass Ride.
Donkeys, horses, God, mountains.
This sounds like a really interesting pizza. I mean, speaking, like, throw all the toppings on the pizza.
I love it. Thank you.
If people
You're
want to
welcome.
interact with you and either do some of this equine therapy or sit down with you because they've got some PTSD that they're really ready to work on, what's a great way to start connecting with you?
I have a tough answer for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm full. I'm turning people away that need help at this point.
Okay.
I have a therapist in mind I want to hire who's not me, but is in her own way amazing. Because the people just come, they come. So I don't even advertise. My services. And one of the reasons as well, like Broken Arrow Wranglers is a nonprofit, is everybody needs to be able to come through the door. And we're building and building and building. So I guess, man, I mean, we have some free experiences. So I'd say that. But
with Broken Arrow.
Yes, with Broken Arrow. But
Okay.
I'm
We'll
going to
make
go out
sure
on a
we
limb
link to
here. I'm going to go out on a limb. I can be my true self. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I would say in the times where I couldn't rely on anybody and I didn't have anything available, it was totally God for me. It was Jesus. So in the meantime, before they can connect with a human or a horse or a place, like ask him to reveal himself. Like, who are you really? And then keep walking whatever he says. And if they want to connect otherwise with me, my cell phone's 480-414-3916. That is my direct number. And then I'm Kaleigh Rogers, well, Kaleigh, like Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It is my middle name, but it's what I've always gone by. And guess what? You don't get to know my first name.
Talk really just briefly about
Yes.
Broken Arrow Wranglers, and just because that sounds like there's space there for people, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Well, not in the individual sense or necessarily group sense. We have really core projects that have come out of the woodwork, like the Chandler Unified School District, for example. The youth and the staff, they're hurting over there. They're hurting and they want to come through the program. And we really want them to be first. So supporting the work that we're doing is really something that people can get in the mix. Yes.
Okay.
Prayers, financial donations, like walking alongside and allowing themselves to be teachable. That's the best thing you can do because you're already changing the environment around yourself.
Love it.
Yeah.
Inspiring conversation.
Very
today.
interesting.
Yeah.
Right. One of our most
I mean,
interesting.
you invited me on here.
Yes,
I'm an
I love
interesting
it.
character.
Yeah, I was very
So people
Wild
that don't
ass
see
ride,
me,
man.
they're like, what does this lady look like?
I
My
love it.
God.
Wild
I love it.
ass ride. Maybe that'll be the title of this
I say
episode.
this, I love it.
Okay,
Live
there we
from Brooklyn
go.
V's, one wild ass ride.
I mean, we got cheesecake, wild ass ride.
Oh,
we
cheesecake.
got
Heather Ferrari.
It's one of my favorite things.
All good. Thank you.
A bunch of
Kaleigh.
women.
Thank you
yeah.
guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. All right, Steve, that's a wrap on episode 32.
Yes.
Great guest today. Thank you to Heather Ferrari and all the work she's doing with her Women's 360 group. Kaleigh Rogers, of course, at Shine is Light, and Broken Arrow Wranglers. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks to Vito at Brooklyn V's for serving up the cheesecake this morning.
Oh, and there's gonna be served up more here in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're going in.
I can't walk out of here.
It sounds like Kayleigh's going to join you on that adventure.
Please.
Yes. Oh, you're in.
Try the Oreo.
Oh my gosh.
Oreo cheese. Try actually any
of them.
anything here,
Try
but
the
the
Oreo.
cheesecake. But the sausage and peppers. The pizza, the pasta.
You're carving up tonight. Carving up tonight. Also, special thanks to Bella Set Lingerie and, of course, Tudor Doctors in Brooklyn V's. We'll see everybody next time.
Thank you.